Hello. 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 Okay, so this isn't awkward at all. I just want to say thank you for everybody who's able to make it in. Hello. 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 Okay, so this isn't awkward at all. This isn't awkward at all. I just want to say thank you for. I just want to say thank you for everybody who's able to make it in. Okay, so this isn't awkward at all. Isn't awkward at all. I just want to say thank you for. I just want to say thank you for everybody who's able to make it. Oh my God, there's so much feedback. Hold on. Let me see if. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and start. I don't know why there's so much feedback in the live feed, but I'm just going to go ahead and start. I'm sorry I have no video for you guys right now. I look a mess. I have been running all day. But I did want to talk to you about Soapbox and really give you as much insight as I can tonight in this little bit of time that I have and that you may have at this late hour. I promise you, you will be out of here within about 35 to 45 minutes. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. I don't know why there's so much feedback in the live feed, but I'm Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but I'm going to try this again and hopefully we'll do okay without any feedback. This will be showing later on. You're probably watching this later on YouTube anyway. Uh, what I wanted to talk to you today about was Soapbox Magazine. Some of you are familiar with Soapbox Magazine. You're familiar with, um, the concept at the very least that we want to deprogram people, leave them deprogrammed. We do believe that everyone ought to be deprogrammed. And by deprogrammed, we just basically mean be critical thinkers and not allow yourself just to be swayed and programmed by the authority figures that have given you information or whatever, but just use your critical thinking skills to come up with your own conclusions. We're all brilliant. We all have our own conscience, and we all have our own ability to discern and use our conscience as our guide. Our conscience uh, nature sometimes swayed by things like tradition, religion, and just this media, just things. And it's just not good. It's always good to trust your instincts. They're there for a reason. I think it's the way that, um, you know, I think it's just the way that we're able to best take care of ourselves. Anyway, so what is Soapbox? Or as the title of this hangout is, what the hell is Soapbox Magazine? What Soapbox Magazine is going to be a free app. It's a global news app, and it's going to be a place where you can find out what's going on around the world, what's making headlines, and be able to voice your opinion on it. The meat of this magazine will definitely be written by the people. We want to be a platform for people to help people. And it is my answer. It is my contribution to change. It is my, I would say it's my movement, personal movement, to create this platform because I believe looking around and just seeing different things, even that are happening today, that have to do with racism and profiling, that have to do with violence in general, that has to do with just a whole bunch of, mishaps and turmoil and the economy crashing and all these other things. There's just so much that we could sit around and complain about, but I think at the end of the day, it's instead of complaining, we should do as much as we can to be a part of the change that we want to see. And that sounds cliche, but um, it's a wonderful cliche, and it's the truth. You can't just sit around and complain. You do have to get up and make a difference in your life and others. And if you have children, you have the greatest incentive to get it all right and get it all together, I think. So my contribution is Soapbox, and hopefully will inspire some things in others. We also want to know who around the world is doing the same thing, deprogramming people. We want to cover you. That's a definite big news, wonderful news, and we want to share that with the world. I tried to open up the Q&A feature of this Google Hangout, and this is my first time doing this, so I'm not exactly sure how to do that. But if you know how to do it or you're interested in doing it, fixing it for us, you're more than welcome to go ahead and do that. Or write to me somewhere in here so I could see it. Currently, I can't see any viewers, so I guess you guys are going to be watching this after the fact. I keep seeing, people popping in and popping out. So, for the most part, just catch this on YouTube. I'll be putting the link up in the Soapbox Magazine Facebook page, and you can find that by going to Soapbox Magazine. Remember, that's on Facebook. That is Soapbox with 2 X's. Okay, so where we are with the magazine is that we are going to just launch as a mobile app. This app will be free. It'll be available at iTunes, Amazon, and Google Play, and all of that. So it doesn't matter if you have an Android or if you have an iPhone. Either way, you'll be able to download the app for free. We are looking for some people to write with us. So if you're interested, please email me at editor@soapbox.co, and that's SoapboxX.co. Just go ahead and shoot me an email if you have a resume, maybe some samples of your work, anything that would convince me that you could do this particular job. Now, the the critical thing about writing with Soapbox is that our stories are going to be geared towards your mobile devices. And so that means that these can't be lengthy in nature. You have to really get to the point and write in a way that is captivating in less than 200 words. That's very hard to do. So for, it's challenging for me to say what I need to say in less than 200 words. So I know that it's pretty much challenging for the rest of the world as well. Because I don't have as much live interaction right now that I'd hoped to have, I would love to still get your feedback, your questions, any concerns, any comments, and you can send those to info@soapbox.co, info@soapboxx.co, and I'll be happy to answer them. And if they're, really profound, I would love to share them. So also let me know in that email that you were either giving me permission or you do not give me permission to share your question, and in my response to that question. Okay. I'm going to just go into a little bit of the background on Soapbox, just so you know. Some of you wonder why the name. Some people even think that we have something to do with soap operas. Some people think we have something to do with detergents and soaps and whatnot. Well, in the olden days, I will not get as specific as to give you the era by year or whatever, but I do know it was the Victorian period. It was a long, long time ago, and there was a way that a queen ran her queendom. She would pretty much run it as a dictator, and that you couldn't speak ill of her. So if you were to say anything negative of the queen, she could have any punishment imposed as she wanted. Sometimes it was off with your head. I'm pretty sure you've heard that before. And sometimes it was just public humiliation or some sort of imprisonment or whatever. So people generally did not speak ill of the queen. And if they did, it could not be done on English soil. Now, some people took that very literally and would stand up on empty crates that just so happened to be the means of getting soap into Europe, which is these little, soap, these little crates that would travel by water, by ships. So most of the people who would be done with those crates or whatever, they just toss them in the streets and really have like cleanup service or anything like that. So, they became platforms. And that platform became the symbol of freedom of speech, really. It's not about, speaking about anything in particular, but just having that freedom to speak your mind and having that freedom to have the audience that you want, or the audience choosing to listen to you or not. It's just there was no government at all on that moment that you had, that you wanted to speak up. And normally this would be done by the people who were in the streets that were surrounding the commoners, the peasants, or the what do you call them? The subjects, the queen's subjects. So these would not be people that work for the queen. You would never speak ill of the queen if you work for her. You would not have your job anymore. You just either support or you're not a part of that team. So anyway, the coin was phrased to be on your soapbox whenever you would say something that would be outside of the box, I would assume, just something that probably wouldn't go along with the norm with everybody else. And I feel as though everybody's opinion, it matters whether I agree with you or not. It still matters because you matter. And we're hoping that this magazine actually gives that kind of hug to each person and let them know, come on, we really invite your opinion. We invite your help, your wisdom, whatever. Let's help one another have a better, way of doing things or whatever. So that's how Soapbox was born. That's where the name came from. And that's pretty much it as far as the name. Um, we started out in 2004 as a production company, producing poetry events, and so I sort of typecasted this magazine a little bit. Many people think that this is a poetry magazine. That's another myth that I'm going to dispel today. We are not a poetry magazine. We're not a soap opera magazine, and we don't have anything to do with soap. So it's global news, anything making headlines. If you've read Time or if you read People, anything like that, Reuters, then this is that. This is what we'll be doing. We'll just have our own twist in the way that we do it, and we want to make sure that we do it in micro stories so that you will be able to read what's going on in 200 words or less. Um, the colors red, white, and black. I believe that this country is so desensitized. Sorry about that. I believe this country is so desensitized when it comes to where we are, how we were acquired as a country, and how we function as America. And I think that we are represented by people that don't even ask us our opinion when it comes to that. And to them, our opinion doesn't matter. So I'm hoping that for you guys, um, you will use this platform and pretty much give the middle finger to people who have pretty much made your opinion obsolete. And I know that whenever they do their statistics and they poll people, they don't ask me shit. So I'm pretty sure that they're not asking you anything either. And if you have been a part of that, who's to say that they're even broadcasting that or as the part of the big pool of numbers that they come up with and whoever they are. So I just want you guys to know that this is a way, if we get together as a group, we can actually come up with that number for real and get the people's opinions for real, because the numbers don't lie. If everybody logs on and then they weigh in, we'll know who really became the president. We'll know who really, what laws were really voted in on and things like that. And when people make promises, we're going to write them down. We're going to write them down and find out where they are. And I think that it's important that we take, fiscal, social, and civil responsibility for our country, for our earth, for our families, for everything. And in order to do that, we do need to organize. We cannot continue to be, oh, well, I'll just wait to see what happens. We can't wait for anything to happen. There's a parable in the Bible that I love. It's just so beautiful because it's short, but it's very to the point, and it's really how you should live every day. It's not that I think it's a story about a guy who was pretty much unable to walk, and he was on a mat, and he, just gave up. He pretty much laid on that mat every day, and apparently Jesus walked up to, provide this man with some presents, and that's as deep as I'm going to go into it because I'm pretty sure it was deeper than that. But he did not pick the man up and carry him. He didn't give him a whole bunch of direction. He just said, you need to get up, pick up your mat, and walk. And everything that this man had to do to follow those 3 steps, which was get up, pick up your mat, and walk, those 3 steps all required faith and courage. And I think that that's really what it boils down to, faith and courage. So, in order for us to do anything in life, follow our dreams, raise our children, just go to work in this dangerous world, go home, whatever, get on the road, it doesn't matter, faith and courage. And the reason why I brought up that parable is because that is where I think we can really guide people back to what we used to be when we cared. We cared because we had faith that was unshakable, and we need to bring that back. It'll help us bring back unity. It'll help us bring back a whole lot of things. All right, I've been rambling long enough. I'm going to now move this to, you know, messaging area so that we could talk to each other if you have any questions or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. And we are going to reconvene again next Thursday. So if you are interested in getting together next Thursday to do what we did not or were not able to do today with all that feedback and that craziness, I'll be happy to do it with you. So I will set up another date for the hangout, schedule it far enough in advance. I would love for you to invite your friends and family. I wouldn't advise you inviting your children. They should be in bed anyway at 11 o'clock at night. But I would definitely say to your friends and family, your input is so important. As a matter of fact, these are the very few times that I'm actually going to speak on this. I just really would rather open the door for you guys to speak your minds and tell me what you think and if this would work, and are you interested in seeing a magazine such as Soapbox. And I just need some feedback from you. If you were able to listen to this broadcast, any portion of it, you want to give your opinion about it, and all the stumbling that I'm doing right now trying to talk into this mic, feel free to do so. Let's see, I'm probably going to do a post tonight and ask if were you able to participate in this call or the hangout tonight. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please go there and direct them there. I want to thank you so much for listening, for paying attention, and for caring. And if you have an opportunity to, please go to our GoFundMe. It's what is it? Building Our Soapbox is the name of our GoFundMe campaign. So if you have $1, if you have thousands of dollars, it doesn't matter. Whatever you have that you feel inclined to give or whatever, just please give from your heart. We are definitely going to be using this for a worthy cause. We just want to have a great launch. We want to make sure that we get out there. We require money to do it. There's no way the kind of impact that a media source would have to make wouldn't be able to do it with nothing. We would definitely need a significant amount of money. Not any of us really have all of that. So it's going to take numbers and legions of people so that each person could give very little, and together we can do a whole lot. So if you want to know how you can help specifically yourself in what we're doing or whatever, you feel like you want to write, or you feel like you want to be a part of our marketing team, or you're an artist, or you're a tech person, whatever the case may be, any marketing people, we need everything we can get. Next week we'll be visiting Howard, American University, and to recruit some folks in our internship program. The internship program is for 18 and 25 years old only, but if you are older than that and you are interested in interning, there are other options for you to come on board. We wouldn't quite put you in the youth side of things. I would probably want to put you in leadership. So either way, email me, okay? And that is work@soapbox.co. And that's SoapboxX.co. I hope that you all had a great time, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.